How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Ryan's One Stop Shop YouTube channel, and today I'm bringing you guys a first installment of the new series I'm going to try called Pickups of the Week. And essentially it'll be, as the name suggests, like different collectible pickups or CD pickups, whatever I find that I have acquired over the week. And on Saturday or Sunday, I will show them off in a video and post it for you guys to see. I know this one's a little late. It's currently Monday. Work just was keeping me busy. I worked some extra shifts last week, so I was unable to film a video, but here we are today. So I picked up technically four items in this installment, which we will all go into detail about here in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. And I guess we should start in order of when things are picked up. So I'm going to move this item out of the frame here. Let's focus on these three items right here. All right. Okay. So I picked these items up from a store called Jeff's Toys Collectibles, which is a local collectible shop in Littleton, Colorado. It's just right next to the Southwest Plaza Mall. And it has been an amazing place to find anything from superheroes to Star Wars to Hot Wheels to WWE figures. They literally got everything. And my family and I have been going to this store for about 8 years or so. And they've been awesome people. They had a great selection. And I picked up 3 items from this store last week. And so let's take a look at them. So I guess the first figure we'll look at is going to be this. He's in a bit of rough shape, but this is Classic Superstar Series number 3, King Kong Bundy, released by Jakks Pacific. And I have always wanted this figure. I don't know what it is. I've always just wanted a King Kong Bundy figure. Bundy was always one of my favorite old school wrestlers when I was growing up. He was one of the first wrestlers my dad introduced me to when I was a little kid. And I remember playing with King Kong Bundy's LJN figure that my dad kept from his childhood. So King Kong Bundy has always been a huge part of my wrestling hobby and interest. And to finally have him in a figure form, regardless of condition, is always really cool. So yeah, like I said, this is Classic Superstar Series number 3, King Kong Bundy, released by Jakks Pacific. And as I said, he's a little bit used, got some wear and tear up on the head here and just some marks all around. And he's also missing his signature singlet, which was a cloth, like, removable singlet that came with the figure. Maybe in the future I can get a another one of these to have a singlet with King Kong Bundy, since he does look a little interesting without it. So, but regardless, it's still a really awesome find. I paid about $4 for this, so I couldn't pass it up. So very awesome figure. And he's probably not going to stay up. Tell you what, we'll just put him on the pencil sharpener here. He can be on frame. And I do know, I think Mattel is releasing or has released a King Kong Bundy figure. I know they've released a couple since Mattel acquired the WWE license forever ago. So maybe I'll purchase the Mattel King Kong Bundy, but we'll see. And the next figure we're going to be looking at today is going to be WWE Signature Series John Cena, released in 2011 by Mattel. And John Cena is my favorite WWE superstar. Besides Kane, it's a close, I don't know, both of them are my favorite, but John Cena especially was the first wrestler I, started to like when I was growing up. And he's been a huge part of my childhood. And I actually got to meet him last year at Denver Fan Expo, which was a huge moment for me, and it was surreal. And I'm trying to, start up my John Cena collection again. I've got quite a few upstairs, but this one has always been one I've looking for. It's the one in the red attire, as you see here, from 2011. And it's a really awesome figure. Really good condition, too. I paid about $7 for this one, and this figure looks pretty much untouched. There's a few, a minor scuff mark here and there, but other than that, a really good condition figure, and I'm super happy to finally have this figure in my collection. I'm still trying to get the orange attire, which John Cena wore in the SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 video game, which I remember playing all the time. I actually still do play it here and there, too. It's still one of my favorite games. And like I said, this is released in the Signature Series. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but this is still an awesome figure for being a basic figure, too. And this is before they started doing like the True FX like scans and stuff. So this interpretation of John Cena is phenomenal, and it'll go good in the collection for sure. I mean, all the detail, just even on the shoes here too. And yeah, so like I said, it's got some basic articulation. It's the same as the classic Superstars. You know, the arms, the head can move. A lot of these joints on this figure feel really stiff, which means that this figure didn't really get played with much on its previous owner. So, because, like I said, well, I mean, the shoes are a little loose. But other than that, you know, because the figure's been played with pretty much, excuse me, if a figure's been played with pretty frequently, a lot of times the joints and, you know, other than that, the joints will be loose. But this one can actually stand on his own completely. Well, almost. Now that I said that, he's not going to, I guess. There it is. All right, so yeah, 2 figure pickups, but there's more that I got from the store. Also in the display of figures was this breakaway table. Now, I always enjoy wrestling figure accessories because I feel like they add to the play appeal of, you know, a WWE figure setup or whatever. So having breakaway tables is, you know, awesome. And this one is released by Jakks Pacific in 1999. It's also got a Titan Sports Incorporated copyright as well. So if anybody knows, you know, more about, you know, Titan Sports and what they had with Jakks Pacific in 99, I would love to hear it. So feel free to comment that below. And if you have any more information about these figures up here, I'd also enjoyed it, or I would also love to hear it as well. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory. You put your figure on the table here, and then you have another figure come in and just, you know, pretty self-explanatory there. And this one is amazing too, because not only, and I don't know if this is meant to be or what, or it's just the condition that this table's in, but the legs also come off too, which adds to the detail. Like I said, I don't think that's supposed to happen, but, you know, it's okay. And you can just put it back together. So, like I said, pretty self-explanatory, but this is a little bit better than the Mattel breakaway table I had. I'm still trying to pick up the 3-piece breakaway table that Ringside Collectibles released, and I think that would be an awesome one. So maybe we can do a whole, like, comparison video with some breakaway tables in the future. I think I got that put back together. There we go. So yeah, awesome finds from Jeff's Toys Collectibles, but we're not done yet. We still have one more item to look at in this video. Last but certainly not least, we have a really cool find here. This is a WWF Bobble Heads with Attitude bobblehead Kane figure from 2001. I picked this up. My brother actually found this for me at Second and Charles, which is a really cool store. They've got books, CDs, records, and action figures and whatnot. Really cool. And my brother ended up finding this for me, and this was an awesome find from him. As you can see, it's mint in package. Well, the box has seen a little bit better days, but the bobblehead pretty much looks untouched. You got a little bit of a hole in the plastic here, but also this was in box from 2001. So, you know, to see this even still like intact is really cool. And I paid only $19.95 for that. We'll call that $20. I paid $20 for this. This was an awesome find, like I said. And, you know, this whole thing is just decked out in old school WWF Attitude Era things, even from like the lettering and as the old scratch logo right there. And this is to show it's an official item. You've got an official licensed product WWF sticker up there, which is awesome to see. And on the back here, you can see a picture of Kane, which is an amazing picture. I want to say that might be Jeff Hardy that he's thrown up in a slam like that. But even, you know, the bio here says, no superstar in history has made more of an immediate impact than Kane. On October 5th, 1997, the world met Kane as the 7-foot monster tore the door off of the Hell in a Cell in order to get his brother, The Undertaker. Since then, Kane has been a tag team champion on 5 occasions. Once a man of no emotion, Kane has somewhat broken out of his shell. However, the 7-footer still remains a monster in the ring. And this cool logo here of Kane here. And this is cool to see what other bobbleheads you could get in the series. Stone Cold, Undertaker, The Rock, Kurt Angle, Triple H, Lita, Chris Jericho, and Kane. And as it says, Series 1. So, I don't know. Maybe there was other series or other figures in a different series. If you have any, you know, leads on this, I would love to hear it in the comments below. Maybe you guys have one of these in your collection or have, you know, the others in this set. I'd love to hear it. So, yeah. I'm not going to probably take this out of the package. I know I do mostly unboxings on this channel, but this is one thing I just want to preserve and keep in its box, even though it is damaged a little bit, but I think it's still cool. So yeah. Awesome finds of the week, you guys, and I cannot wait to see where this series goes, and hopefully we'll find some other finds. And this is not only going to be just WWE finds. If I find any other collectibles that I like, I will pick them up and show them in a video. So, you know, anything from CDs, vinyls, and anything like that. Also, anything I order online, I will show in a video like this. And if you guys have any more, you know, leads or comments about any of this stuff featured in the video, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it, your guys' thoughts and knowledge about these items in this video. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. This is Ryan's One Stop Shop, out.